So when I lived in Nashville, this was in the mid 90s, early 90s, like some of you weren't even born. I worked at this restaurant right off of Music Row, which really doesn't even exist anymore. I don't even think this restaurant is there. So all of the folks that work in those publishing houses, like Sony Music, Mercury Records, all of those places were right there. So a lot of those bigwigs and writers would come into this place that I worked for lunch. And that was one of the main reasons why I wanted to work there. One day this group came in and there was a little kind of a hubbub. And I thought, I don't, I don't know who this person is. Sat these folks at a table. I'm running this is a small restaurant. I think it had maybe 32 tables. So I'm kind of running back and forth and I can tell this gentleman is looking at me every time I walk by, which is making me extremely uncomfortable because I don't know who he is. And so at one point he calls me over and asked me to sit down. It was a family kind of restaurant. So as a worker, if I sat down with a patron, as long as we weren't busy, it wasn't necessarily frowned upon. So I sat down and he asked me a couple of questions. What's your name? Where are you from? Why are you in Nashville? And he's asked me if I have a boyfriend, which at the time I did. And he was like, oh, now I'm thinking this guy is like 50 and I'm 24, 23, something. Maybe, who knows? Maybe he was over 40, but I'm not interested. I just know that once I said I have a boyfriend, his bubbly demeanor went away. I up to the hostess stand and I'm like, well, that was an interesting conversation. When my friend Soraya comes up to me, she says, how was your conversation with Lindsey Buckingham? Now, who is Lindsey Buckingham anyway? That doesn't ring a bell. And she's like, oh my God, girl, do you not know who that is? I said, I don't know who it is. And now that's going around the restaurant for 5 minutes. No one will tell me who it is. She's just going around. Michelle has no idea who that is. By the time that they came up and told me who he was, he had already left. So I was kind of kicking myself, just because I don't know. It would have been fun to, whatever they were in town, like hang out with him for a day.